Today, I'm going to explain a psychological thriller movie, Bird Box, released in the year 2018. The movie is about Mallory, a woman who saves her kids from a mysterious creature which provokes people to commit suicide after they look at it. But before we begin to tell you the story, please subscribe to our channel, as we really need your support to grow and sustain making these amazing recaps. The movie opens, and we hear a man on a transmitter talking to someone and informing them that they have a community of survivors. The man guides them about his location and reveals that it may be challenging to cross the river if they have kids with them. The movie proceeds to a lady named Mallory, who is guiding two 5-year-old kids. Their journey may be rough, but they will have to follow her, otherwise, they will not make it across the river. Mallory orders them not to take off their blindfolds no matter what they listen to. Mallory blindfolds the kids and herself and approaches the boat with the help of a wire. Mallory puts the girl and the boy inside the boat and starts rowing the boat. The scene shifts to 5 years earlier when Mallory can be seen working on painting and is pregnant then. Suddenly, Jessica, Mallory's sister, arrives and requests her to take of herself as she has run out of food. Jessica then asks Mallory to check the news. When she turns on the television, Mallory learns that in certain regions, people are committing suicide for unknown reasons, and the number of deaths is in the thousands. Mallory does not pay much attention to the news and informs Jessica about her appointment with Dr. Lapham, which excites Jessica. Jessica and Mallory arrive at the hospital, and Dr. Lapham checks her. When asked about checking the gender of the baby, Mallory denies spoiling the suspense for her, while Jessica believes that she will have a baby girl. Lapham informs them that everything is normal and abides Mallory for living alone now. On their way out, Mallory spots people acting strangely and hurting themselves. She senses that the thing reported in the news has arrived in their city and rushes to Jessica. Mallory orders her to get them out of the hospital, stating that the thing causing people to commit suicide has arrived. When Mallory turns to look back, Jessica spots something and gets the car into an accident. When Mallory comes out of the car, Jessica commits suicide by stepping in front of a truck passing by. Mallory is taken by Jessica's death when she gets hit by a large crowd, but a woman, Lydia, spots her and, despite being stopped by her husband, Lydia tries to save Mallory. But she listens to some whispers, sits inside a car, and ends up killing herself. A man named Tom rescues Mallory and leads her to a nearby house. Greg, the house owner, allows them inside while a girl named Lucy joins them. Mallory and Tom meet other people inside the house. They all are confused about what is happening to the people, while Mallory keeps trying to contact her mother but in vain. After that, Mallory leaves and sits separately while an old lady named Cheryl informs that she listened to someone, and Tom mentions how his friends killed themselves after they saw something and concludes that there is something that causes people to hurt themselves after they spot it, while Douglas corrects him that it forces them to kill themselves. Tom meets Mallory and tries to talk to her, but she asks him to leave her alone at first. Then she starts crying, mentioning Jessica's and Lydia's death, and Douglas informs her that she was his wife and her mother died 3 years ago. After that, they listen to President addressing people and asking everyone to stay inside their houses because houses are the safest places for them. Following that, Douglas suggests everyone to be careful with the ration and targets Mallory for being careless about the rationing. Suddenly, they listen to a knock on their door, and upon checking, they found a woman named Olympia outside. Douglas opposes the idea of allowing Olympia inside, but Tom insists on helping her and gives her a cloth to blindfold herself while Mallory keeps pointing the gun at the door. Olympia comes inside, and Tom informs everyone that she is normal and pregnant with the same delivery deadline as Mallory. Olympia reveals that she has been waiting for her husband for a few days, but she left her house because she did not want to starve her baby. Greg then reveals that he has cameras around his house, and using the video footage from these cameras, they can determine what the things causing the chaos looks like. Douglas warns him that it can be his mistake, but Greg insists on trying it. Greg is tied to a chair in front of a monitor, and everyone leaves him alone to check the videos. Everyone comes out of the room and gets busy with themselves. Greg keeps looking at the video, and the moment he spots something in the video, Greg loses his mind and tries to kill himself. All of his fellows gather there after listening to the thudding sound, but before they can reach to save Greg, he succeeds in killing himself. Everyone closes their eyes, and Douglas breaks the monitor so none of them may look. They all get sad at Greg's death and leave his body there. The movie shifts to Mallory and the kids on their 14th hour in the river. Suddenly, they listen to a man trying to persuade them to take off their blindfolds. Mallory abides kids from doing what the man is asking them, and abruptly the man attacks their boat. He forces Mallory to look at the mysterious creature, but Mallory fights and kills him with a knife. Following that, Tom and Douglas inform everyone that they have run short on ration and have no other option but to leave and bring stuff. Charlie informs them about the store where he works and reveals that he locked it before everything went wrong. Douglas, Lucy, Tom, and Molly volunteer to go to the store, and they force Charlie to join them because he knows the store well. Tom shows them the car parked inside the garage and suggests using it after covering its windows with paint and newspaper. After the car is covered completely, they continue their journey toward the store and pass over the dead bodies of many people, but Tom calms them, stating that they passed over a speed bump. After a while, the mysterious creature surrounds their car, but they escape from there and eventually reach the store. Everyone comes out of the car blindfolded, and Charlie opens the door for others. After reaching inside the supermarket, everyone uncovers their eyes and starts collecting the stuff they need. During this, Tom talks to Mallory and gifts her Pampers, stating that his sister has 4 children and wishes they could have met in another situation. Later, Mallory finds a pair of parrots inside the store and rescues them. At the same time, Douglas gathers them all in one place and suggests them to stay here, stating that they have unlimited supplies and can easily spend 1 year here. Suddenly, they hear a man crying in the storeroom and asking them to help him. The man claims to be locked there by someone, and Charlie recognizes him as a lunatic, Fish Fingers, locked inside the storeroom. When they decide to open the door and save him, the parrots Mallory save panic, and the man appears to be affected and attempts to leave the storeroom. Tom, Douglas, and Lucy push the door while Charlie gets afraid and gets locked inside the storeroom with Fish Fingers while trying to push him back. After that, Douglas, Tom, Lucy, and Mallory return home, and on being asked about Charlie, Mallory informs Flexi that Charlie sacrificed himself to save them. Following that, Douglas finds Mallory alone and talks to her about his experiences with his wives. Douglas mentions that his previous 2 wives did not treat him well, while Lydia was different and sweet. Mallory tells him that he is like her father, who behaved like him, but he is right in the end. Douglas asks her whether he looks like her father, and she replies that he had some hair. Thanks from team of IMDb 8 Recap, if you have subscribed, and beware of the spoilers. At the same time, they listen to the car engine's sound, and upon checking, they discover that Flexi and Lucy have run away with the car. The scene shifts to Mallory on the boat when it accidentally hits a truck standing in the water, which causes the boy to fall. Mallory saves him, but they lose their supplies and blanket, due to which the boy gets cold. Mallory stops the boat at the shore and leaves, asking the kids to stay inside the boat. Mallory reaches a house by marking her tracks using a wire. She enters the house and collects what she needs after uncovering her eyes. Suddenly, she senses someone's presence around the house, and on her way back to the ship, she listens to whispers of Jessica asking her to look at her. Mallory does not believe the voices and shoots blindly. The kids listen to the gunshots, and the girl leaves to help Mallory. She gets off the boat and is about to be attacked by the mysterious creature, but Mallory pulls her back and warns her never to do it again. The movie switches to the day when Tom talks to Mallory about the man he used to escort while on duty in Iraq. Tom mentions that despite all the chaos, the man used to drop his kids off at school while Tom and his friends used to escort them. Tom informs her that the man gifted him a necklace a day before his departure. Tom wishes the man and his family to be safe, and Mallory keeps his hand on her belly to let him sense the baby, who comforts Tom. Olympia allows a man, Gary, inside the house at night, due to which everyone fears him. Still, Gary manages to ensure them that he is not affected and has made his way here despite being chased by some men from the north. Gary reports that the men are not affected and are forcing people to look at the mysterious creature. On being asked, Douglas informs that there is a center for criminally insane people in the north and guesses that it may be them. Douglas snatches the gun from Mallory and states that he will not allow Gary inside the house because every new addition has brought death for them. He states that if anyone wants to help others, they can leave. Cheryl finds Douglas distracted and knocks him out by hitting him on the head. Tom drags Douglas and locks him inside the garage. Olympia comes to Mallory's room and apologizes for allowing Gary inside, but Mallory comforts and gives her a few dolls as a gift for her baby. The scene shifts to 24 hours on the boat, and Mallory stops rowing the boat to inform the kids about the rapids they will face ahead. Mallory tells them she will decide, and one of them will have to look outside to guide them through the rapids. The movie proceeds to the day Olympia starts bleeding to deliver the baby. Cheryl orders Mallory to bring scissors, towels, and buckets of water, during which Mallory's water pouch also bursts. Tom leads Mallory to the bedroom where Olympia is present. Tom and Cheryl get busy delivering their babies while Gary is alone. He takes out some sketches from his bag and starts drawing the shape of how the mysterious creature looks, but then he gets affected by looking at his illustrations. Gary uncovers the windows and takes birds with him when Douglas notices his strange behavior and stops him. Gary locks the birds inside the freezer and leaves without replying to Douglas. On the other hand, Cheryl delivers both babies and reveals that Olympia has given birth to a girl while Mallory has a boy. Mallory asks Tom to go and check whether everything is fine downstairs. Tom rescues the birds, and when Douglas tries to warn him, Gary knocks Tom out from behind and leaves after opening the garage door. Gary reaches upstairs, where he finds Mallory, Cheryl, and Olympia, and insists on watching the babies. After catching a glimpse of the babies, Gary uncovers all windows and forces the trio to watch the mysterious creature and show it to the babies. Mallory hides inside the blanket while Olympia looks outside, and before she can commit suicide, Mallory takes her daughter and hides again. When Gary is talking to Mallory, Douglas arrives with the shotgun and points it at Gary, but he manages to deceive him and kills Douglas by stabbing scissors in his chest. He tries to pick up the gun to kill Tom, but he wakes up and shoots Gary. Tom then saves Mallory and the kids. After a few years, Mallory is seen training the kids about how to spend their lives. Following that, she leaves and breaks into a house to find a few valuable things, but then a few lunatics visit the place, but they leave after finding nothing. Mallory returns to Tom and the kids, and when she informs Tom about encountering the lunatics, he asks her to be careful. Later that night, Mallory and Tom received a call from Rick, who informs them about their compound and reveals that many people are with them. On being asked, Rick says that after crossing the river, they will have to find their address by following the birds, and he indicates that if they have children with them, it may be impossible for them to cross the river. The next day, Tom tries to convince Mallory that they must go to Rick, but she does not believe Rick and starts altercating with Tom. Tom tells the kids a story when Mallory interferes and forces them to depart for their beds. After the kids leave, Mallory gets mad at Tom for giving false hope to her kids, but Tom replies that the kids need hope, and a mother claims that she has not yet given them proper names. Mallory is lying on the bed when Tom arrives and apologizes to her. The following day, Mallory, Tom, and the kids break into a house to get supplies and enjoy strawberry biscuits together. Still, unfortunately, some lunatics arrive there and order them to come out. Tom convinces Mallory to leave while he keeps the goons busy. Tom steps out of the house while the goons spot Mallory and the kids. Tom shoots at the goons and kills 2 of them. Later he uncovers his eyes and kills the rest. Tom accidentally spots the mysterious creature while following the one goon chasing Mallory and manages to shoot him down before killing himself. Mallory becomes very sad, but it is revealed that it was the same day the movie began, and she continued her journey on the river after guiding her kids. The scene shifts to the present, where Mallory informs the kids that they have arrived near the rapids and will be in danger now. She starts thinking about whom to ask to look outside and recollects the time spent with Olympia and Tom. After that, they enter the rapids, and the kids fall into the water when the boat turns upside down due to the heavy flow. Despite being blindfolded, Mallory manages to save the kids, but she falls and gets separated when they decide to move ahead. The kids also separate, and suddenly the mysterious creatures approach the trio and start manipulating them individually to uncover their eyes. Mallory controls herself after listening to Jessica and Tom's voices in her head and approaches the boy and saves him. Subsequently, the girl is about to open her eyes, but Mallory apologizes for being rude and interrupting Tom's story. Mallory starts crying for the girl, but she returns to Mallory, after which Mallory hugs them and informs the kids that she loves them a lot. Mallory asks the kids to focus on the birds chirping, eventually leading them to Rick's address. Mallory knocks at the door and is rescued immediately. Mallory insists on seeing Rick, and when he comes to meet her, she realizes that most of the people at the camp are blind, which is why they are safe from the creature. Rick identifies Mallory and leads her to see sighted people, where she encounters Dr. Lapham. Dr. Lapham becomes delighted after looking at Mallory and her kids. When asked about the kids' names, Mallory names the girl Olympia while she calls the boy Tom. The kids ask for permission to play with other kids, and Dr. Lapham leads them away after Mallory allows them to go. Mallory receives new clothes and starts looking at the birds chirping above her head, and the movie ends here. Overall, Bird Box is a great movie to watch with an amazing storyline, so make sure to check it out. To watch many more exciting recaps like this, don't forget to subscribe, as that's the only way we can keep making these fantastic recaps. And like this video. Let us know in the comments section about your next favorite movie that you would like us to recap. Thanks again for watching and stay safe and healthy.